7 levels of U.S. stand-up comedy. Let's start at the bottom, and let's not pretend we need to be nice about it. Amy Schumer.
And Steve-O is here. Steve-O, great try. Steve-O! But I truly am, no joke, sorry for the loss of your friend Ryan Dunn. I know you must have been thinking it could have been me, and I know we were all thinking, why wasn't it?
She's got the delivery, the confidence, the stage presence, which almost makes it worse.
And I got worried. I gained all the weight. I'm like, oh my God, are men gonna still be attracted to me? And that's when I remembered, I always forget this. It's another reason I love men so much. Men each day have a thought that goes through their head where they're like, I don't know why, but I want to put my penis right in your butthole.
Schumer's Leather special just came out on Netflix last week, and it has already amassed over 2,000 responses, almost all of which are 1 stars that she is claiming come from alt-right trolls that are trying to sabotage her career.
Sabotage? Yeah, that's rich. I mean, remind me, hasn't Amy been called out publicly, repeatedly by other comedians for stealing? And somehow she makes the same content unfunny. Turning a great joke into trash? That's skill, all right.
I'm being accused of stealing jokes, and I wanted to come and talk to you about it and clear my name, because I would never, ever do that, and I never have.
Please.
You come in her face, right, and then take some pubic hair and throw it at her.
There's the Abraham Lincoln. That's where the guy trims his pubes, comes on the girl's face, and then throws the pubes.
Because I would never, ever do that. And
I like it when a girl tells me where to come. Don't like it when a girl tells me when to come. Instead of doing that, why don't you just tell us where? It's make us feel better, especially if you're aggressive about it. I like when a girl goes, wow, come in my face!
My boyfriend usually comes in me. He usually comes in me, but sometimes you want to mix it up, right? You gotta have fun. We'll be having sex, and then he'll ask my favorite question, where should I come?
because I would never, ever do that. And
Basically, level 1 isn't untalented. It had everything and still took the shortcut. At least the next guy isn't stealing. I actually need you to sit with this next placement before you type the angry comment, because I know this one's gonna hurt.
Black dude, thank you for being here, first and foremost. You might be it. Wolves coming to your house and jumping in the second-story window. Man, do you love or hate Twilight? You've never seen it? What the fuck?
Matt Rife is the king of crowd work, zero doubts about it. He knows exactly what he is and has capitalized on it, building an entire empire.
What? What's that? How old are you? How old do I think you are? You don't want to do that. I think you're 27 and your are 3. Are they real? They are? That's me later.
Crowd work is a major niche in comedy. Nobody's saying it isn't, but it's also the easiest thing to clip, caption, and shove into an algorithm, especially an algo that rewards hot guy said something mean to the girl in front row over a middle-aged comic who wrote 60 minutes of original material.
Don't get famous. Whatever you do not become famous.
I want to be famous.
You want to be famous? What would you like to be famous for? A model?
Yeah.
No. I'm kidding. You would make a great model citizen. You'd be a model citizen.
The problem starts when you get off TikTok and he has to do an actual written hour. That's where the cliff drops. He has a pretty face, razor-sharp wit, and a comment section. That's a career, sure, but not a stand-up career in the way the rest of this list is.
I was in London over the last summer, right? It was like me and 5 other castmates. We're doing like a Wild 'N Out tour across the country, and we're talking to some of the locals about the language barrier. Because people in London, like, they speak English, but not really. Like, if I say personality, they'll be like, personality. You'd be like, you're leaving a couple out, but I see what you're saying, tomato, tomato, I get it, okay. And I was talking to one dude, he was explaining to me how like they have different names for them. They call things different names than we call them. And the example he used was like instead of calling them like boxers or underwear, he called them, it's Knickers, knickers, which was dope news for me because I just talked about my underwear the whole time and nobody could say shit. Like I just turned into Denzel, walk around in just my boxers. People be like, what are those? I'd be like, my knickers.
His one and only crowd work trick, yes, extremely well monetized, gives him level 2. Which weirdly brings us to someone with the opposite problem. Too much technique and not enough surprise left.
For instance, I never once saw my dad hit my mother. I mean, he was quick. And you can't teach speed, that comes from him.
Again, just like Matt, Anthony Jeselnik's structure is genius. Nobody on this list sets up a twist cleaner than he does, especially the horrifying kind enough to get him banned from the internet. Barely.
You guys will probably love my little nephew. He's like 6 years old. So cute. I talk to him every day on the phone. He's unbelievable. He's got like the greatest imagination ever. He's either gonna be an incredible artist someday, or he really did get arrested.
Yeah, he's just great, isn't he? That's why it actually pains me to burst the bubble for you guys. The more you see Anthony's content, the more you realize, you know it's coming. Setup, pause, dark AF joke, on repeat.
A lot of guys, I'll never forget the one time I saw my dad's penis. I said, Dad, don't text me shit like that. Yes, I did just say I am pro-choice. That does not mean I am pro-abortion. You have other options. If you don't want your baby, you can still have your baby delivered. Leave it outside any fire station in the country. They will run it over for you.
That's what I call mid. Not bad, not lazy. It's just, you can see the gears now, and once they're visible, the trick stops being magic. Predictable brilliance is still predictable. So let's move to someone whose whole appeal is that he sounds like he's never rehearsed a word of it.
They're like, hey, do you want to go to the Anne Frank house? And I lit up. I was like, fuck yes. And they're like, wow, you seem really excited. And I was like, no, we'll get a bag of weed and we'll laugh our dicks off.
Bert Kreischer is everything you think Matt Rife should be on paper. America's best partier performing shirtless comedy and just this unhinged vibe going on, but with a dad bod. His career is one big party, and that's exactly what he sells in his stand-ups.
Bitch wants pajamas, bitch got pajamas. All Christmas, I'm like, yo, open my gift. She's like, I'll get to it, I'm working with the girls. End of Christmas, she gets to my present. I've been talking about this present all Christmas. Whole family gathers around. She opens the first pair, pulls them out, and just goes, oh, pajamas. And immediately I think, fuck. If that's her reaction to pajamas number 1, I can't imagine it's gonna build. My dad's drinking whiskey and eggnog and just goes, who the fuck buys someone pajamas? She opens the second pair, pulls them out, and goes, oh, more pajamas. My dad looks at the 5 unwrapped gifts, quickly does the math, and goes, oh, you're a fucking idiot.
Like his predecessors on this list, Bert has one special ingredient, a single story squeezed dry till nothing comes out, and still you can't get enough of it. Yep, I'm talking about The Machine that's been featured in Bert's 4 Netflix specials and even turned into a whole-ass movie.
When I was 22, I got involved with the Russian mafia. Here's how it happened. I signed up for a Russian class thinking it was Spanish, and it took 3 classes before I realized, I don't think this is Spanish. It doesn't matter, because the second the door opens and I'm face to face with a real Russian gangster with the white beater and the tattoos with the track pants and the cigarette, and he just stares me up and down. A frat boy from Florida State. I was wearing a fanny pack. He just looks at me and goes, "Stole." I fucking panicked. And everything I had planned on saying flooded out of my head. And all I said to him in Russian in his doorway was, I am the machine.
And here's the secret why it works every time. It's a load-bearing story. Russian language, the gangster, the machine. Pull out any one detail and the ending just doesn't hit the same. So we've elevated from just jokes to solid storytelling.
I'm the kind of dad, like, okay, yeah. The other day I farted in a McDonald's cup and I put my hand on it.
And I walked it over to my daughters. I was like, girls, you're never gonna believe this, but I just caught a fairy. Now, there's a part of me that was like, is that the right thing to do? But I got them. You know, as a guy, when you fucking got them, they're like, oh my God, because they believe. And I'm like, take a look, and they're like, I don't see it. And they start crying, but that's your job as a parent, really.
Jeselnik can twist you in 10 seconds. Bert's got to keep you locked in for 20 straight minutes on one true story with zero escape. And almost nobody else on this list could pull that off. Well, except our GOAT, of course. But before I get to that, we've got a debate to settle. After all, levels 5 and 6 are so locked in, they're practically head-to-head.
The way we like our violence, domestic. All right? Yeah, I gotta tell you something. That's a great fucking joke. There is zero fat on that. You need every word of that joke. You take one word out, it doesn't work. It's a perfect joke.
Bill Burr is what happens when someone stops caring whether you like them. And as we've clearly witnessed with him, that's the main ingredient needed for explosive comedy.
They're like, there is no reason to hit a woman. There is no reason to hit a woman. And I was just like, really? I could give you like 17 right off the top of my head.
Women have like too much energy for me. That's what I've noticed, you know? Like you can't have a day off when you have a girlfriend. They just like see that open day. They're like, oh my God, let's go fill it up with some stuff. No, and then they just come at you with one horrible idea after another. Horrible ideas like, you want to make some sandwiches and go to the park?
Technically, this guy is elite. He can walk into the most uncomfortable topic in the room and find the actual funny angle nobody else was brave or skilled enough to find. You see, shock value is pretty easy. Finding the joke inside the thing everyone's scared to touch is brutal. Conveniently, Burr is a man of brutal balls.
Here's a question for you. How come you never run into anybody with the last name Hitler? You ever notice that? That guy didn't have any relatives. You know, he didn't have like a cousin, like Ed. You know, Ed Hitler, he's a plumber, right? He's shows up to work on time, you're a little late, he covers for you. You know he had relatives. They all had to change their last names. I'm fascinated with that level of evil, right? You know what I mean? Because look at a guy like Jeffrey Dahmer, man. That guy murdered and ate over like 30 people. People are still calling their babies Jeffrey. He must have been pissed. It's like, dude, how many people do I gotta eat to get a little damn respect around here? Anybody can kill him, I'm eating him. Ooh, you stabbed him. Fire up the grill.
Burr's trick is controlled rage. He'll open on something everyone in that room already agrees with. Some little complaint about how the world works now, and get you nodding before you even realize you're being set up. Then he flips it, hard. Before you know it, you are suddenly guilty, and it's shocking enough to make you cackle.
You know, make your day so much damn more enjoyable, you know? You're like riding on the bus, getting to work, and some guy tells some crazy story 20 rows back, you're hearing it, be great. Like some guy, Daryl, how was your night? It's pretty crazy, man. I was riding in my car, I looked down to turn the station, I hit some dude on a bike. Yeah, he got up, so I just took off, man. I think he got my plate. Look, don't tell anybody or I'll kill you.
Which is exactly why we're about to argue as soon as we touch down on level 6.
Of course, children who have nut allergies need to be protected. Of course. We have to segregate their food from nuts, have their medication available at all times, and anybody who manufactures or serves food needs to be aware of deadly nut allergies. Of course. But maybe, if touching a nut kills you, you're supposed to die.
Here's where I need you in the comments, because I'm not settling this one for you. Within the industry, Louis C.K. is still structurally considered one of the best pure joke writers alive. Comedians study his specials the way musicians study albums.
It's different. Like if murder was legal, I might have killed a few people. I don't know. I'd love to think, oh, I would never do that. But we really need the law against murder. For one simple reason. The law against murder is the #1 thing preventing murder. We'd like to think it's because, like, oh, I would never do that. No, it's because it really sucks getting caught murdering. A lot. If murder was legal, or just a misdemeanor, like you get a thing in the mail, ah, shit, they had a camera there. Oh, well.
CK does things differently, where he keeps building on one joke. Most comedians land the punchline and move to the next bit. Lewis lands it, then adds another layer on top, then another, going so far it technically should get cringy or embarrassing, but nope, still hilarious.
You wouldn't trust somebody who didn't murder. If murder was legal, you wouldn't like them. I never killed anybody. Okay, nice meeting you. Ugh, what a creep. I mean, not even a hooker? Live a life. What's wrong with that guy? He's like a Mormon or some shit. I hate those guys. I think he's nice. Shut up, Janet. It would just...
He creates a joke that keeps giving birth to more jokes. Technically, that shit is better than Burr because Lewis takes the same rage but channels it so strategically, you're in awe. At least from a comedic breakdown. Yeah, I said it. Fight me in the comments.
If murder was legal, there would be a lot of murder. Children would behave very differently because mostly parents would be murdering their own kids. That's mostly what would happen if murder was legal. You'd be, you go to a mall, there'd be like 8 different moms in the mall just, I told you to stop it! You didn't listen to me, you'd be stepping over dead kids. It would be like a new problem. You have to clean up your kids when you kill them because it's gross. It's bad for the environment. If you murder your child in a public place, please use one of the red bags that are in the dispensers every 3 feet of America.
Basically, Bill works because he controls the room's trust across one long escalation, and Lewis works because he can keep mining a single premise for laughs without ever needing a new setup. Different muscle entirely. But while you argue over it, there is no debate on who takes the American comedy crown. If you've watched literally 5 minutes of stand-up in the last decade, you already know who's about to show up here.
That to say that trans women aren't women. I am just saying that those pussies that they got, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's not pussy, but that's like beyond pussy or impossible pussy. You know what I mean? It tastes like pussy, but that's not quite what it is it? It's not blood, that's beet juice.
While everyone else on this list is arguing about jokes, Dave Chappelle's the only one who spent the last decade making entire countries argue about him.
Written an unspoken rule of show business. And if I say it, you'll know that I'm telling you the truth. The rule is that no matter what you do in your artistic expression, you are never, ever allowed to upset the alphabet people. You know who I mean. Those people that took 20% of the alphabet for themselves. I'd say the letters, but I don't want to conjure their anger. It's too late now. I'm talking about them L's and them B's and them G's and the T's.
When I say he's the GOAT, I don't just mean he's funny. I mean he's the industry's literal gold standard. 6 Grammy wins for Best Comedy Album, more than anyone else on this list combined. 5 Primetime Emmys, and in 2019, the Kennedy Center gave him the Mark Twain Prize, which is definitely not a comedy blog or a YouTuber's opinion. It's literally the highest honor this country hands out for humor, period.
I came in the club minding my own business, and a woman came up to me. She goes, "Oh my God, Dave Chappelle." And I was just being reciprocally nice. "Hey, miss, how are you?" Blah, blah, blah. But I ain't talk, nothing to it. And all of a sudden, this lesbian fellow stepped between us. "Hey, nigga, that's my girl." I said, yo, my man, back up like that. She said, "I ain't backing up off shit, nigga, that's my girl." I said, "Bro, you're gonna have to give me 3 feet like this." She said, "Stop calling me a man, motherfucker. I'm a woman." I said, "What?" And then I looked deep in this nigga's cheekbones. I said, "Oh my God, you are a woman." It was just too much for me to even wrap my mind around. But I tell you what, I unballed my fist immediately, and I softened my posture so that she would know she's in no danger. I even changed the tone of my voice. I said softly, sweetly, like a pimp might say, "Bitch, I'm about to slap the shit out."
This is the groundbreaking part about Chappelle. Sure, everyone here is doing jokes, but Dave is building an entire hour. He'll plant one idea early, something small you won't even clock as important, then spends the next 40 minutes telling you 3 stories that seem to have nothing to do with each other. Until, in the last few minutes, all 3 of those stories slam into the original idea so geniusly that you realize the entire show was a setup.
The worst drug story, you know what my friend told me? You know what he's dealing with? His landlord is hooked on crack. That's terrible. That's pressure. Your landlord's hooked on crack, that means you've got to have the rent. He come around all the time. I got the rent. It's not even due yet, it's the 10th. Come on, I need it! Let me just get $20 of it now and then just give me the rest of the month. Every couple hours, hey look, I'm gonna need some more of the rent. This building's falling apart, things came up. Comes home early from a party. Landlord's in the crib going through his shit. What are you doing in my house? Ah! Where's the sink? I came to fix it. It's in the kitchen. I thought it was in the drawer. I'll fix it tomorrow when I come for the rent.
That's the difference between a great joke and a great hour. You can clip Burr's rant and it still works out of context, but you cannot clip the moment a Chappelle special clicks into place. After all, the payoff only exists because of everything before it. That's the bar for GOAT. Nobody else here has cleared it.
Don't fight so much. You know who don't have no beef with anybody is Asian people. I see how y'all just lay in the cut. Only people Asian people beef with is other Asian people. Like if you call a Korean guy Chinese, I've done this. They will flip out, hey! What make you think I'm Chinese? I am Korean. I look Chinese. Yes, motherfucker, you do look Chinese. That's why I said it. It's an accident. Nigga, to the untrained eye, you all look Chinese to me. It's a mistake. I'm not trying to offend you. Some people say all black people look alike. We don't get bent out of shape. We normally just call those people police, okay?
And that's the full American comedy tower, bottom to top. I know. You've got thoughts. So tell me who I got wrong. Who's ranked too high? Who got robbed? Because I already know level 2, 5, and 6 are about to start a war in the comments. And honestly, good. That's what we're here for. And if you haven't seen the UK version yet, what are you doing here? Go check it out and argue about that one too.